Oh man. Damn. I'm gonna take this one apart too. Hey. Check. I'm on play-by-play. Not sure how stable this is.
We don't have Mike yet. Alright, I'm back. Are you on headset? Nick, are you on headset?
Yeah, I'm on spare. Oh, the buzzing went away. For now.
That was on color, I think. Yeah.
Okay, spare seems fine. Camera 5 needs to move to the announcers.
Alright, well there's nobody on there.
I mean, yeah. Check, check, check. Hold on. Check, check, check. Hey, hey. I mean, they're good right now. It's just that it seems very touchy, feely. Yeah, I'm on play-by-play. Yeah. Yeah. And even play-by-play earlier was kind of iffy, but right now it's fine. Hopefully it stays that way. Wonder if I should. One sec.
I mean, you can hear on that one, but the mic's not.
Yeah, the mic's.
Is it that?
That's the new one. We're trying.
No, it's gotta be.
Check. No, I don't hear you. It's got to just be the box.
Okay.
No, we were just trying to get color working, but I think it's a lost cause. So, yeah, we're just going to have to use play-by-play and spare. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get off for a sec and get them in position.
Thank you so much for working on these.
Yeah.
We appreciate it a ton.
Test. Okay, that's better. Holy cats!
Keep talking, Joe.
No, I don't think I will. Just kidding. For you, Killian, I'd do anything.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Field. Dennis. Crossed in. Headed towards goal. And it's
So where is this going now? Do we know?
Galazzo, I think.
Still on Galazzo?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Go for it.
1-2-3, 1-2-3. Phoenix Rising, Oakland Roots. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Just shoving me out of the way. My
I
God.
was trying to get you to go that way.
You're gonna push me down the stairs
That's
here.
right.
Committing a murder. Yes, we can.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're good.
Do I sound okay? Test, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Talk back. Where?
I'm going to assume it's fine.
Yeah, I would tend to agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. The push for the playoffs continues on in Phoenix as Phoenix Rising FC play host to Western Conference foe Oakland Roots SC here at 38th and Washington in downtown Phoenix. A little bit of a wild scene here this evening at 38th and Washington. A monsoon storm came ripping through here about an hour ago. 6:36 tonight, nearly took our stuff out. The stadium, everything was delayed. They kept people out of the gates, but lo and behold, we are here. They let us in. They're letting the fans in. The players are on the pitch. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry. Joe, a weird start to tonight, a little bit of delay, but we should have a good match going between these two.
Very much so, Killian. I'm just glad you didn't blow away. I was hoping that wasn't going to happen. All crises have been averted there. I'm looking forward to this game. This is a matchup between two teams that want to play with the ball, two teams that know they have something real to play for between now and the end of the regular season, both of them looking to climb above, or in Phoenix Rising's case, stay above that playoff line.
Yeah, we'll talk plenty about that tonight. We're going to start off with the players to watch, presented by Circle K. For the host, Charlie Dennis, he seems to every single time he comes on the pitch make an impact. He did just that last week.
Charlie Dennis getting the start tonight on the wing against his former team in the Oakland Roots. Served up the 100th minute equalizer for Phoenix Rising in that wild game last Saturday here at 38th and Washington. Keep an eye on his left-footed service from the right wing.
Yeah, he's in the starting 11 for tonight. He was getting ready this evening, the Englishman, that 100th minute. It was a big goal to at least take a point against Eastern Conference Loudoun United. Over on the other side, it's one of their newer faces. He's been absolutely electric this season. Peter Wilson, he's scored 7 goals in his last 7 games.
Peter Wilson has been on fire for Benny Feilhaber, playing in sort of split striker role, where instead of playing through the middle where you might think someone of his big frame would be occupying, he's been shifted further towards that right half space, playing almost as a target winger of sorts, almost a number 9, right in between. You see it on that sequence there. His movement inside the 18 has been lethal in that goal-scoring streak.
Keep an eye on him up top for this Oakland Roots attack. Well, Don't go anywhere. We're going to have starting lineups and kickoff, albeit a little bit delayed, but don't you worry. We got kickoff coming up soon. From 38th in Washington, it's Phoenix Rising and Oakland Roots SC. You're watching the USL Championship. The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. As Phoenix Rising FC play host to Western Conference foe Oakland Roots.
Very much so, Killian. I'm just glad you didn't blow away. I was hoping that wasn't going to happen. All crises have been averted there. I'm looking forward to this game. This is a
The push for the playoffs continues on in Phoenix as Phoenix Rising FC play host to Western Conference foe Oakland Roots SC here at 38th and Washington in downtown Phoenix. A little bit of a wild scene here this evening at 38th and Washington. A monsoon storm came ripping through here about an hour ago. 6:36 tonight, nearly took our stuff out. The stadium, everything was delayed. They kept people out of the gates, but lo and behold, we are here. They let us in. They're letting the fans in. The players are on the pitch. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry. Joe, a weird start to tonight, a little bit of delay, but we should have a good match going between these two.
Very much so, Killian. I'm just glad you didn't blow away. I was hoping that wasn't going to happen. All crises have been averted there. I'm looking forward to this game. This is a matchup between two teams that want to play with the ball, two teams that know they have something real to play for between now and the end of the regular season, both of them looking to climb above, or in Phoenix Rising's case, stay above that playoff line.
Yeah, we'll talk plenty about that tonight. We're going to start off with the players to watch, presented by Circle K. For the host, Charlie Dennis, he seems to every single time he comes on the pitch make an impact. He did just that last week.
Charlie Dennis getting the start tonight on the wing against his former team in the Oakland Roots. Served up the 100th minute equalizer for Phoenix Rising in that wild game last Saturday here at 38th and Washington. Keep an eye on his left-footed service from the right wing.
Yeah, he's in the starting 11 for tonight. He was getting ready this evening, the Englishman, that 100th minute. It was a big goal to at least take a point against Eastern Conference Loudoun United. Over on the other side, it's one of their newer faces. He's been absolutely electric this season. Peter Wilson, he's scored 7 goals in his last 7 games.
Peter Wilson has been on fire for Benny Feilhaber, playing in sort of split striker role, where instead of playing through the middle where you might think someone of his big frame would be occupying, he's been shifted further towards that right half space, playing almost as a target winger of sorts, almost a number 9, right in between. You see it on that sequence there. His movement inside the 18 has been lethal in that goal-scoring streak.
Keep an eye on him up top for this Oakland Roots attack. Well, don't go anywhere. We're going to have starting lineups and kickoff, albeit a little bit delayed, but don't you worry. We got kickoff coming up soon. From 38th and Washington, it's Phoenix Rising and Oakland Roots SC. You're watching the USL Championship. The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League.
Hey, just a reminder that me and some friends are headed to the credit card bill tomorrow.
Again, I hate that you're always going to the credit card. Why can't you stay here and do things with us?
You don't generate the same interest. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Get your money working and keep more of it at home with 0% interest for 6 months on new Visa credit cards at America First.
Every day, reliable, comfortable, connected. Every day you rely on power. At APS, we work around the clock to deliver some of the most reliable power in the country. But with Arizona's extreme weather, outages can happen. Stay safe and informed with alerts by keeping your contact information up to date. And visit our outage center for updates online or on the APS app. For more ways to stay safe and informed, visit aps.com/brighter.
Hey, John Hamm.
Hey, Gare Bear.
You still coming to my dog's birthday party?
I would, but I have to sell my car.
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana, huh?
Great offers, 100% online. They'll pick it up. You told me about Carvana.
Did I?
And isn't that your car?
I mean, that could be anybody's car. Okay, fine, I sold it to Carvana. Thank you. Whoa.
So you'll come?
I just sold my car. What, am I gonna walk? Sell your car to Carvana today.
When you choose Arizona Sports Medicine Center, you have access to one of the Valley's most advanced sports medicine and orthopedic care teams.
You're choosing a multidisciplinary team who are dedicated to providing the care you need.
That's why we offer advanced treatments, both surgical and non-surgical options, including robotic-assisted procedures.
If you suffer from chronic joint pain, a sports injury, or need rehab after surgery, we're here to help you get back to doing what you love to do.
Care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Carvana, ASMC, and America First. Back in at 38th and Washington. Is getting ready to kick off match day number 19 from Phoenix. The teams are out on the pitch. They've warmed up. We are ready to go. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry. I want to first off just say a huge thank you to our entire crew here in the stadium for helping us get everything going after the storm earlier this evening. But let's get to the action. Let's start off with the starting lineups. Joe, first the 11 for the visitors in Oakland Roots.
Yeah, Benny Feilhaber has shifted into this 4-3-1-2 or 4-4-2 diamond. It can even look like a 4-3-3, as you might see Faisal Batash push forward in to become that number 9, with Peter Wilson off to the right and Danny Trejo off to the left. It's a different look. Benny Feilhaber's been looking for a jolt from his team as they try to climb above that playoff cut line.
This is over on the other side for Phoenix Rising, the hosts. Pretty much a similar lineup, maybe a little bit of a tweak in terms of what the formation we might see.
Yeah, it's a lot of familiar names, though, for Phoenix. Isan Sako is getting the start, maybe most notably up top as that lone number 9. We've seen plenty of Isan Sako on the wing, on the left, on the right this season. He's playing through the middle. He's this team's leading goal scorer. They're going to need production from him tonight.
There we go. Those are the starting 11 for the two teams. Head coaches Benny Feilhaber and Pa Moduka, both in their first seasons at the helm. As we want to bring you tonight's Lowry's Lowdown, presented by Peoria and Isan. It's nice and dry now, Joe. What have you got?
For Phoenix Rising, it's about playing with focus and intensity from the opening whistle. Killian, it's been 2 games in a row that Phoenix Rising have conceded 2 goals unanswered in the first half of games. They did it on the road in Sacramento. They did it out here at 38th in Washington against Loudoun. Phoenix Rising haven't been just a week-to-week team. They've been a half-to-half team. That has to change tonight. And for Oakland, it's about maintaining balance between attack and defense. Benny Feilhaber's come into this team mid-season, hired in June. He made it his mission to shore up the defense and really help them stop hemorrhaging goals. A lot of that's been done, but how can they still get out there and challenge Phoenix on the break? Danny Trejo, of course, former Phoenix Rising player in this team. Panos Armanakis, another one. Those 2 players were keys to that 2023 Phoenix Rising title-winning squad. They've got attacking quality. How they go out there and leverage that tonight is somewhat of an open question.
Yeah, both of them returning here to Phoenix. As you see Trejo right there with his arms around the talented striker, Panos Armanakis, right next to him on the far side of the screen. Should be an exciting match here tonight to set the table. Oakland donning the all-white tops, the white pants with the green on the shoulders. They will be the visitors. Phoenix Rising with the all-red top to bottom. And our head referee tonight, Elvis Osmanovic. He's going to be the man in charge of everything this evening. As we said, a little delayed, but finally ready to go. As Hope Avievu standing, officially waiting for the whistle from the head referee. A delay of 38 minutes tonight as Hope Avievu has officially put us into play, and we're underway from Phoenix. All out for an early throw. Set the table for both sides with Oakland coming into tonight, 26 points, currently sitting in 10th coming into the evening, 5 points underneath the playoff line. With some earlier results, though, 3 points could be huge for this Oakland team trying to push onward. 7 wins, 12 losses, 5 draws. You mentioned they've let in a lot of goals this season, 38 allowed, Joe, just 29 scored. But a bit similar to Phoenix, is an opportunity now early for Oakland, and right away. No more than 60 seconds in, it's the former Rising man himself, Danny Trejo.
Well, that's a familiar sight to folks out here at 38th in Washington. Danny Trejo putting the ball into the back of the net. Over at that north end, it's a misplay out of the back, and it's a nightmare start for Phoenix Rising. Less than a minute into this game, Danny Trejo makes Phoenix Rising play for that misplay in their own third, and the visitors are up 1-0.
His first goal in an Oakland Roots kit. It was Akello who tried to come back to the ball, and it fell just right to Trejo, who all he had to do was stay calm and put it past Patrick Rakowski. His first goal on the season, his first for Oakland, his 4th on the season, the recent transfer from Birmingham Legion.
And his first start as well for Benny Feilhaber in league play tonight. Danny Trejo getting this look on the left side, along with Panos Armanakis, the two former teammates here in the Valley of the Sun. They reunite in Oakland. Trejo acquired midseason by the Roots from Birmingham. Now healthy enough and involved in this starting 11, a real boost. When you think about Benny Feilhaber's lineup in terms of quality, Trejo is a proven player in this league. Things didn't quite click for him in Birmingham, but every reason to believe that he's going to find his form in Oakland.
This is a guy these Rising fans know all about. Danny Trejo, 17 goals during that championship run back in 2023. As already rising down early, Colin Smith weaving his way past a few defenders as Charlie Dennis with the ball at his feet. Plays it ahead, Hope Avievu. Avievu clips it back to Smith, who will cross it in. No red kits there to collect it as Skierce heads it down a bit too far, but Avievu was in the right spot at the right time.
When you see Phoenix Rising trying to build down this right side, they're going right at Panos Armanakis from the opening stages. Armanakis much more of an attacking player than he is a left back as Phoenix Rising earn a free kick. But we've seen Benny Feilhaber now weeks in a row giving Panos Armanakis a look at left back, hoping to give his team a little more balance, helping them attack up the left and not just being so one-dimensional down that right side.
So Charlie Dennis will set up with Isan Sako for this free kick in a very dangerous spot. You had a chance to talk with Benny Feilhaber, and you mentioned the fact that Panos Armanakis playing left back, a little bit of an unusual position for him.
Certainly, and you see Armanakis against Charleston a couple weekends ago, 3-3 game. Benny Feilhaber said Panos involved in all 6 goals in that match. That's what you're going to get from him in that spot.
Here's Dennis. Watch for this left foot trying to swing it in. He's going to go for a goal and just wide. A good chance for Charlie Dennis early on to try and level it.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how Dennis is used in this right winger position. How do he and Colin Smith try to combine to take advantage of Armanakis wanting to go forward and create opportunities? And on the flip side, how do Oakland create opportunities with Armanakis pushing forward as an overly qualified left back in terms of his skill on the ball and possession? He's going to give you things that virtually no other left back in this league will give you. But there's trade-offs, of course, in that defensively.
As you said, that's kind of what Benny Feilhaber said to you is, well, you mentioned, hey, he does some good things. Certainly like some of the things that we've seen from him. He certainly still has a lot to learn at the position as well.
Absolutely, and that's completely expected. You know, this is something that is somewhat familiar to Phoenix Rising fans as well when you think about Emil Quayshow being pushed into that left back spot last year towards the end of the season. A player who'd played in central midfield, who's played as a number 10, now being asked to do a very different job, and it comes with growing pains. I do think we're seeing, though, some of the benefits of Armanakis even when Oakland are in possession of being that left-sided player in this much more narrow 4-4-2 diamond system where Armanakis can have a huge influence on the ball in that left channel.
Sengate came and tried to step in front of that one, but wasn't able to keep it clear. As that ball rolls all the way through, looking for Batash. Unable to get it there. So 1-0, less than 60 seconds in. Former Rising man Danny Trejo found the back of the net, which is where if you missed the opening few minutes, you already missed a good bit.
Oh, and not just folks watching along at home, but also folks out here in the stadium trying to get into their seats after this weather delay. Folks still walking through the aisles as that ball hits the back of the net. We talked, Killian, about Phoenix Rising needing to start this game in control. Haven't seen that the last couple of weekends from this team, and we haven't seen it tonight.
Nabil Hackshaw, center back, is Isan Sako. Ball kind of pinging around the defenders as Armanakis gets around Colin Smith, and he's off to the run. Tries to sneak one through to Wilson, unable to get there. As now Flores does a good job to win that ball, but doesn't clear it fully away. That one crossed in, but right into the waiting hands of Patrick Rakowski. One thing to kind of keep an eye on this evening, I think we've seen just a little bit of it, is how the pitch is going to hold up after all the rain. It's been a really wet 48 hours here in Phoenix. It's close to 2 inches last night, or yesterday, I should say, and then a couple big storms have rolled through here today. It looks like it's held up well. I walked down there, felt the surface. It actually seemed like it held up pretty well, but I think you can see some of the players still a little tentative trying to see where the footing's going to be tonight.
And you can see maybe a little bit on this near side, the ground coming up a little easier now that it's moist. The cleats getting up underneath that pitch. The ball does seem to be rolling just fine, and that's good for both of these teams, though, at the moment, because they both want to use the ball. It's been a huge area of focus for Benny Feilhaber and this Oakland team of, yes, wanting to control more possession.
What a find from Armanakis! And Rakowski comes out sliding to make the save. Masnoy unable to get it around, and it will be the first Carvana corner kick of the night, and it will belong to the visitors.
Well, there's the benefit yet again of seeing Armanakis creep forward from that left back position. Such a nice cross-field ball over to Ali El-Masnawi. Oakland finding real joy early on in this game.
So Armanakis, the man who nearly set up the second goal right there, takes the slow walk over to that far corner. Armanakis, he had 3 goals, a couple assists himself during that 2023 title run. Transferred out at the beginning of last season as a look-on goal. That one far too high, but Armanakis fell out of favor with the prior regime. Ended up transferring out, finished the season up at Memphis last season, and now has found his way to Oakland. Rising will try to build themselves up. Looking at Rising coming into the night, sat in 7th with 32 points, record of 7 wins, 7 losses, and 11 draws. 42 goals scored, 44 allowed. They were tied for first coming into the night in goals let in. They were also 3rd in the league in goals scored. So certainly excitement is one thing that you're going to get no matter what every time Phoenix Rising takes the pitch.
Well, and we saw that early on tonight. And the name of the game for Phoenix is how do you have a little bit more control in games and, yes, still create chances, but actually keep things a little tighter defensively.
Here's an opportunity now for Wilson in behind. Wilson one-on-one with Rakowski. Wilson makes it 8 in 8.
Peter Wilson all smiles after slotting home yet another goal for the Oakland Roots. He and Danny Trejo have put Oakland up 2-0 early on, and it's a lovely through ball to feed the number 9 in behind Phoenix's back line. Killian, we're just talking about how Phoenix needs to find some defensive solidity. And then you see them carved open right up the gut. If you're Benny Feilhaber and this Oakland Roots team, you cannot be happier with how this first 10 minutes has gone.
His 11th goal on the season. He had a brace against Charleston just a few matches ago to help secure a point against one of the top teams in the league. And now just 10 minutes in, he's got his first of the night. As I said, 8 goals in 8 games. This guy is on a next level run right now.
Yeah, it's the off-ball movement from Peter Wilson. So quick to identify the turnover deeper downfield and to target his run into that space behind the Phoenix back line. He can operate through the middle as a central striker. He can play wider in that right half space. That's what we're seeing tonight. It's split strikers of Danny Trejo in the left half space, Peter Wilson in the right half space. So dangerous for Oakland. This recipe from Benny Feilhaber, this 4-4-2 diamond structure where they're getting real attacking impact for Armanakis on the left, Maury Donor on that right side able to push forward from his right back position. And then a lot of quality in those front two.
There's Colin Smith now as Phoenix trailing by 2. Just 10 minutes in. As Carl Saint, the man who had the game-tying goal last week in the 100th minute. Flores trying to weave his way through, tried to poke one over to the side to Avievo, unable to get it there. Trejo chests it down. Ball gets stuck underneath him, able to play it out. Cleared away by Gomez, sent ahead again. Wilson is the flag plays down, and it does not. Offside for Peter Wilson. He thought he was in on goal for the second time in as many minutes.
Oh, and it's been too easy for Oakland to punish Phoenix Rising, or try to at least through the middle. Phoenix not having success with their counter press, giving Oakland too many opportunities to play forward without being under real pressure. That allows them to bypass numbers easily with the ball like that one over the top to Peter Wilson.
The USL is on the CBS Sports Network, and it closes out September with a championship Western Conference showdown. Teams right in the thick of the playoff hunt. New Mexico United take on Lexington SC on Sunday, September 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Long sprint and a bit too strong of a touch. That one just sent well away, and it'll be a throw to Phoenix.
And we're seeing Oakland very happily push their outside backs forward. That was Maury Donor just a moment ago. Armanakis has gotten forward on this near side. Phoenix then should have the opportunity to attack into that space, right? If you're pushing forward those outside backs, the two in the middle for Benny Feilhaber, Gagi, and Nabil Hakshaw are going to be isolated in defensive transition, even with Tyler Gibson, the veteran, sitting in front of them as a screen. There will be opportunities for Phoenix to break into that space. The question is, can Charlie Dennis and Darius Johnson do that effectively?
There's an opportunity for Dennis as Armanakis comes to pick him up, gets a little bit of an assist from Gomez. Gomez tries to stay with it as Dennis gets it over to Avievu. Avievu snuck in for Johnson. Johnson for Akello. Akello hesitates. Extra pass over to Smith. Headed towards goal and just over top. Dennis tried the little flick on goal, but Spiegel had it covered.
And that's much better from Phoenix Rising. Pushing down this right side through Charlie Dennis, switching the point of attack to Hope Avievu, entering the box and working it back over into open space on this right side. See Smith try to clip that ball into Charlie Dennis. Does well even with the weak foot. Dennis, though, just doesn't have the angle to get that ball on frame with his head. Still the brightest attacking sequence we've seen from Rising so far tonight.
Rising trying to come back again. Trying to create something in this first half and answer one of those two early goals as that one goes up and it was out for a corner. It will be the first Carvana corner kick of the night for Phoenix.
Oh, and as disappointing if you're Phoenix Rising as it is to be down in this two-goal hole. Killen, we've talked about it already tonight. This is not uncharted territory for this Phoenix Rising team. This is the third straight game in which Rising have found themselves down by 2 goals inside the first half. Not ideal territory by any means, but also not unfamiliar.
And if there's any team in the league that you would feel confident that there's certainly a good chance it is this Phoenix team, as Dennis sends the Carvana corner kick in towards the box. Skierce with a head to it through the traffic. Spiegel was right there.
That's a nice look from J.P. Skierce, fresh off of signing a contract extension here with Phoenix Rising through the 2027 season with an option for 2028. You see him rise up inside the 18. That's always been an area of strength for the defensive midfielder, his ability to find space in the box and attack the ball.
Seen already a little bit of early action for the Swiss Raphael Spiegel. This year he's been primarily the backup keeper, but he's earned himself an opportunity. There's another chance. That one almost snuck between his legs and into the back of goal. Just got enough of it, and Sacco couldn't jump on it in time.
And that's Danny Flores on the overlap, hitting that ball hard into Raphael Spiegel. Spiegel, though, playing with fire there, as Killing, you're exactly right. That ball just slipped through his legs. Still getting used to his post between those posts for Oakland.
A little bit of contact from Trejo, who's trying to plead his case. It's not going to be much there. There's a Senge who took the spill, but Spiegel, you kind of heard it's going to be a goalkeeper battle for the rest of the year in Oakland between Raphael Spiegel and the regular starter pretty much all year, Kendall McIntosh. As Spiegel, he started last week at Tulsa, helped earn that 1-1 draw against the top team in the West. It's been McIntosh's job pretty much all year long, but certainly it's up for debate now.
Yeah, Benny Feilhaber came out and said it to us early this week. This is an open competition. I've told both of those guys, McIntosh and Spiegel, that they understand the situation they're in, and now this is back-to-back starts for Raphael Spiegel. Benny Feilhaber talked about, goalkeepers sometimes are put on a pedestal, and managers are afraid to chop and change mid-season. Benny Feilhaber, Killian, hasn't even been afraid to chop and change mid-game. Back when he was coaching Sporting Kansas City 2 and MLS Next Pro, he subbed a goalkeeper at halftime. So this is Benny Feilhaber very, very willing to change things up.
Yeah, it shows. He's going to put the best 11 on the pitch, no matter who that 11 is. And another Carvana corner kick, second one of the night, as head referee coming in, having a quick chat right in around goal. Mentioned Fehlhaber. He took over in June, and he's done a pretty solid job to kind of steady the ship in Oakland. He's been 5-6-4 overall. As this ball sent in, trying to get to it as Skierce got ahead and just kind of popped up and around. Flores back in towards the 18. Trying to see how long they can keep it off the turf, and finally does. Johnson trying to get himself some space. Crossed in, back post. Spiegel got up and got a punch to it. Good run in from J.P. Skierce. Sent back for Charlie Dennis, and he wants to reset things at least for a moment. Great effort from J.P. Skierce to help keep that ball in the attacking third as it finally gets away. Akello can't get a foot to it. And Oakland with a chance in behind, and Carl St. just got a piece of it.
On a lot of pressure being put on Phoenix Rising center backs tonight, Carl St. and Acela Senge. You see it yet again with Peter Wilson. That's the third time tonight that as soon as that ball turns over, Killian, he's racing in behind the Phoenix back line.
Dennis with a touchdown. One more towards the stop and heads it in towards goal, but Gagi is right there, the Georgian.
And here's that sequence from a moment ago. It's the Darius Johnson ball into the box. Noble Akello making that run to the back post, but Rafael Spiegel does so well to get up there and get a paw to it. Getting that ball out of danger.
This home crowd trying to make a little noise for Charlie Dennis on this near corner. Swings this one with the left foot, trying to leap up. Just got a piece of it, and it'll be out for another corner. That was Sacco who tried. Would have found that one on goal. Would have been a little bit of a golazo of his own. Dennis wants to take this one quickly. Hands up, and he's ready. Going again, this time towards the back post. Senge got his head to it, but not on goal. Flores back to Darius Johnson. Johnson gets around his defender. This one's sent towards Spiegel, who slides out to his right like a hockey goalkeeper and makes the save.
And Phoenix Rising have had plenty of intent since they conceded that second goal. The trouble is that they found themselves in a massive hole to dig out of over the rest of this game. Phoenix, so it's been a lot of one-way traffic outside of the moments that Oakland have had. Just those flashes of danger in transition. Phoenix Rising, though, have dealt with those all right in the last 5-10 minutes or so. Curious to see how that balance continues.
All played in deep, looking for Wilson as Senge ends up coming away with that one. Now Armanakis with the ball at his feet. As Senge will take it and he'll hold it for a moment. This one, poor pass by St. right to the feet of Trejo. Trejo's already got one goal, lays it off over to his left. This one crossed in. Wilson had to trace it down just a little bit, unable to get on balance, and it's cleared away by Phoenix. Donor heads it back in as Rakowski comes out to collect.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising getting off so easy there. Another mistake in the back, this time from Carl St., who just hands the ball directly to Oakland. Phoenix playing with fire here.
Hackshaw going to stop and turn, and he'll play it back upfield. Intercepted and just chipped ahead as Gagi will go and collect. Maury Donor. No stranger to the championship. He's going to try and cross this one in. St. just stuck a leg out to get a piece of it. Gomez played all the way through. Danny Trejo on the left wing. Trejo trying to keep with it, and a little pushing and shoving, and it's out for a goal kick, as Phoenix Children's is the exclusive and official pediatric medical partner of Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Children's provides expert care to children and their families, including primary and specialty care. Phoenix Children's is bringing care closer to home. To learn more, visit phoenixchildrens.org. Joe, we've seen a lot of this in these first 20 minutes. Very high pressing line from Oakland. It's what created that first goal a little bit and trying to keep that pressure on.
Yeah, and if you're Oakland, there's no reason not to continue with that press. Phoenix Rising do well just a moment ago to find the out ball on that left side to Daniel Flores, but they have coughed up the ball multiple times in key areas, Phoenix Rising, so far tonight. if I'm Benny Feilhaber on this Oakland sideline, I'm absolutely continuing to pressure my own players into saying, hey, go and step forward and really apply that man-oriented pressure in Phoenix's own third.
Armanakis with the takeaway as he's going forward, gives it off Trejo. Trejo in on goal. Trejo going to cross it to Wilson. It's a brace. It's 3-0 Oakland.
More dancing from Danny Trejo and Peter Wilson. Over in that near side corner, Peter Wilson yet again popping up in just the right spot. Inside the 18, it's Armanakis who finds Danny Trejo running completely free inside Phoenix's own 18. A simple little square ball to Peter Wilson. And it is a brace for the number 9 for the visitors, and Oakland are up 3-0.
9 goals in 8 matches for Peter Wilson. Might need sunglasses, even though it's dark outside, to just look at him. He's so hot right now.
And Phoenix Rising doing their best to regroup after conceding a third goal inside of 30 minutes. Every player outside of Darius Johnson in a huddle just after that goal conceded. Patrick Krakowski coming out of his net. Phoenix having a moment amongst the players to try to establish some sort of foundation to finish out this first half, a point of attack to get them back in this game.
This is the 11th time this season in all competitions that Rising have allowed 3 goals, albeit it has never been this quick. Just 23 minutes in, the hosts currently trail 3-0 as Wilson comes over and he's upended. It will be a throw to Oakland.
Oh, and it hasn't been that Phoenix haven't had some opportunities to push forward and find looks in the attack. They've had a few looks on goal. It's been the fact that they can't find the balance between attack and defense. We talked about that being important for Oakland. That's been everything for Phoenix, and it's been completely lacking, where they're pushing numbers forward. The midfield has been so easily bypassed to the point where you're seeing Danny Trejo running in completely free inside of Phoenix's own 18. Massive structural challenges facing Phoenix Rising. It's put them in this 3-goal hole.
Donor holding. As he tosses it in, gets it right back at his feet. Donor looks to try to play this one down towards the goal line, and it will be a corner to the visitors. Another Carvana corner kick for Oakland Roots. This one high, sent in a bit too deep, as Donor has to run all the way across to get this one. It's Danny Trejo, the man who scored the first goal less than 60 seconds in. Trejo going to turn the hand out to Gagi, saying, hey, let's settle it down here. As Sacco goes right through the back of Gagi as he's a little slow to get up. Sacco coming over to check on him.
Yeah, and there's a frustration foul from Isan Sacco. You saw it just a moment ago with Charlie Dennis putting in a little bit of a late shove on Danny Trejo as well. Phoenix obviously incredibly frustrated to be in the hole that they are right now. Trying to scratch and claw for something to get back in this game.
After that corner, Oakland had a hard time kind of getting back into shape. They had defenders all over the place. Nabil Hackshaw had to go sprinting back to try to get into position. As Gagi hesitating, just threads that one through. Good find. So that's a Batash.
Well, that's Oakland just so easily breaking lines to find Batash. Dropping in as sort of free-roaming number 10, playing between those split strikers. Phoenix have struggled throughout most of the season, but we're seeing it again tonight with their pressing angles and closing off the right spaces with their forwards to block off those passing angles into midfield. Oakland are taking full advantage.
Flores now some space on that left side. Saint will just send this one deep as Dennis will chest it down to himself and then has to swing it all the way back to the far side. Another swing, this time Colin Smith with a little bit of room. Plays it down. He's got Armanakis in front of him. Armanakis sticks the foot in. This one, cross in towards the back post. Johnson can't put it on goal. A great chance, and Darius Johnson just unable to get on top of that one.
Yeah, Darius Johnson tries to go for the acrobatic finish there. It's a great look from Phoenix Rising. One switch of play from one side to the other. Noble Okello serves in a lovely ball, and Johnson tries to find that with his head. Just can't direct it on frame. Another half-decent opportunity for Phoenix Rising. They need some of those to start falling in quickly.
That would have been one. I'm not sure if Johnson would have been onside, but either way, never find out. Hackshaw over to Armanakis. Tosh slips down just a little bit as Gagi gets it off of his feet. Physicality starting to pick up from this Phoenix side, and there's going to be a warning for Carl Saint as he is told no more as we approach a half an hour played.
Well, that's a lovely hold-up play from Peter Wilson. Does so well to deal with Saint on his back, lays it off perfectly to find El Masnaoui. Peter Wilson's been finding joy in every facet of the game tonight.
Hackshaw to take this free kick as he'll just play it short. Trejo slips down, just tries to flick it ahead. If Wilson had been there, he might have had an opportunity. Flores, long walk ahead as Noble Okello comes to help pick it up. Hope Avievu, his first touch in a long while tonight. All being pinged around and now sent to the back line. Carl Saint. Wilson right there, step for step with Saint, and then swung over to Asenge, who's got Danny Trejo all up in his face. A little shove from behind from Hackshaw. It's an easy foul, and it will be a free kick to Charlie Dennis. Well, Joe, I got a question for you. Got any plans on October 4th?
I think I'm about to.
I like the way you think. Tune into CBS Sports Galazzo Network. On the 4th of October, it's the Jägermeister Cup Final. As Group 1 winner Sacramento Republic take on the wild card Hartford Athletic at 10 p.m. Eastern with a shot at the Jägermeister Cup glory. It's all on Galazzo on October 4th. Joe Lowry will be hosting a watch party. RSVPs preferred but not required.
This guy's read the invitation. You get it. You get it, Killian. I knew you had to get me involved in the Jaeger Cup read somehow.
I had to. That one played through some more contact, and it'll be a free kick. Might be a booking first of the night. As it is the first booking, it will be Carl Saint picking up a yellow card. Carl Saint, it's been an active few minutes for him, and not necessarily in a positive way. A couple quick fouls, and now the booking.
Well, that's a foolish decision from Carl Saint there on Tyler Gibson, who's not going to have him beaten for pace.
Little run through this one, chipped. And is trying to find Gomez, but had to hold off just a bit.
One thing, Killian, we are seeing from Phoenix is them targeting the wide areas against a shape for Oakland in that 4-4-2 diamond that is inherently narrow, right? You have the two strikers that are narrow, the number 10 in behind them, and then it's just a line of three in midfield trying to cover the width of the field. See a ball there, Phoenix trying to exploit those open spaces out wide and doing a fine job of it so far through 30 minutes or so. The problem is just that they're in such a deficit in the early stages that everything has to go perfectly for Phoenix between now and the final whistle for them to get back in this game.
Dennis takes some contact and goes down. Half an hour played at 3-0. Danny Trejo, 50 seconds in, gets one against his former club in Phoenix Rising, and then Peter Wilson in the 9th and the 21st, a brace, his second brace in 3 matches. He now has 9 goals in his last 8. And that is where we stand at the moment. Carl Saint takes this one, played over for Flores. He tries to cross it in, doesn't get anywhere. As Gagi just knocks the right foot through it. Now Flores with a tug at the back of the kit.
Well, that's Peter Wilson yet again. He's been a handful for Phoenix Rising with his athleticism and speed racing in behind the defensive line, but also with his ability to hold up play. Peter Wilson showing off so much of his game tonight.
No, it's only been 30 minutes here, and we've seen a lot of really talented attackers come through this season, you and I. At least personally, I think Peter Wilson, he might be the best that we've seen come through this year so far.
Somebody with high-level European experience, 6,000 minutes in the Swedish top flight, the 28-year-old in the prime of his career really at this stage. Peter Wilson's got a lot going for him right now. I will say, Killian, on the flip side, this has been one of the most challenged defensive performances we've seen from Phoenix Rising as well, where there are opportunities for Oakland and Peter Wilson in a way that there just usually aren't, to the point where we're seeing a sub from Pamadou Ka inside the first 35 minutes of this game.
Yeah, Sheehan Emmers is going to be the one that comes on. Noble Okello is going to be the man coming off, but it looks like you're going to have to wait. It will be a free kick and in a dangerous spot, straight on, right at the top of the half circle at the edge of the 18. It's Armanakis as well as Danny Gomez, the two standing over it. Armanakis setting things up. You know, there's one man who would love to get a goal here tonight. It is number 10 in white. Wall set up. Armanakis going to take it, trying to squeak one through. Wilson in behind, but just got it cleared away by Johnson. Wilson might have had a chance at the hat trick.
Yeah, Peter Wilson could smell this ball trickling through that Phoenix Rising wall. Almost gets on the end of it. Darius Johnson, though, does just enough to poke that ball away. And Phoenix Rising can finally get that sub on the field in CN Emmers. And positionally, we're not going to see a whole lot different from CN Emmers, picking up that deep right side of this double pivot for Phoenix Rising. Still partner in JP Skiers.
Long run. Hackshaw shoulders off Isan Sacco and now tries to clear it. Neil Hackshaw is one of those guys, you look at him and you think this guy could be playing tight end in the NFL. Ball played through Wilson. Wilson going to hesitate. He's got Saint in front of him. Wilson crossed over, just knocked down, and cleared away by Asenge. He was trying to feed it over to Trejo to get his second, and now a flag up for offside at midfield.
And if you're Phoenix Rising, looking at this center back pairing for Benny Failhaber coming into tonight of Navel Hackshaw, age 30, and Gagi Markvelashvili, 28 years old, not the most mobile. Gagi as that right-sided center back. There are tons of opportunities to go and exploit those two in transition, to find those spaces behind the attacking fullbacks, especially Panos Armanakis on this near side. Phoenix just haven't given themselves the opportunities to have that solid foundation from which to attack tonight. Sloppy on the ball, and of course put themselves in this hole as well scoreline-wise.
Armanakis flying around. Asenge having to sprint all the way back. Trejo taking him all the way back to the corner, and it will be a corner kick. Danny Trejo, just pure effort, and he is fired up after that one.
Yeah, Danny Trejo has been so effective in the press tonight. He took Asela Senge mano-a-mano there. Won that battle against the Phoenix Rising center back, and here Oakland go again.
He's been an absolute lightning rod tonight for this Oakland Roots side. It's another Carvana corner kick for Oakland, as Armanakis will set up for this one on the near side. Armanakis, this one crossed in, and a foul. Gagi tried a little hip check to it. Not much was there as Phoenix gets to try and set up. This one tried to chip ahead. Great sliding effort That time from Gibson. He was right there in the middle and got a piece of it to slow down that attack. Avievu on the ball. Haven't said his name a lot tonight, albeit it's been a tough night overall for Phoenix, but usually don't like for Rising when you don't see 10 around the ball often.
No, Hope Avievu has been the heart of this Phoenix Rising team in so many different ways when it comes to their attacking play. He has not been especially involved tonight, but still, Killian, I maintain this Phoenix Rising attack has been largely fine, where they're finding some opportunities to go and attack. They're finding opportunities to go 1v1 against these Oakland Roots fullbacks. The trouble has been every time they lose the ball, it has been attempting to put out one fire after another, and they've lost so many of those battles.
Smith tried to get one through. Armanakis stepped in front. As Colin Smith going to wait up for at least a second. Trying to find somewhere and ends up throwing it back to Asenge. Senge. Good curling ball over for Flores. Flores, low cross in, trying to find Johnson, who was a tad behind him. Skierce goes and collects it. Flores splitting a few defenders and goes down and will draw a foul and a free kick.
Well, there's Phoenix once again attacking through the wide areas. Danny Flores has been active tonight, getting up that left wing. Draws a free kick, and Phoenix Rising can hope to find some joy off of this dead ball.
There's Batash on that foul. Saint was over there. It's Avievu and Dennis trying to sort out who's going to take this one. It looks like it will be Charlie Dennis. Left foot. He's got a Senge and Skierce at the back post. Dennis, this one going right in, and no trouble for Spiegel, as he wants to go quickly, but he'll hesitate for a moment. Tash Armanakis, a touch unable to keep it in. Rising fans, want to introduce to you the ultimate match day deal from Phoenix Rising. It's a family 4-pack. You can get 4 tickets, 4 entrees, 4 chips, and 4 waters or sodas, all for just $100. Bring your family and experience an unforgettable night of soccer. Get your family 4-pack now at phxrisingfc.com. We are Phoenix Rising, Todos Rojos. Dennis, as that one just took an odd little deflection off of him. You kind of get the feeling for Pamuduka and this Rising side, the end of this first half can't come soon enough.
Oh, and especially not after the trend that we've really seen for Phoenix Rising over the last few weeks, Killian. Following that 2-2 draw with Loudoun, that was maybe the most defeated I'd seen Pamuduka all season long for this Phoenix Rising team. There's been a lot of ups for this squad. There's been a lot of downs as well, even from within one game, from one half to the next. And Pamuduka visibly frustrated with his team not being able to string together a complete 90 minutes. And if you're the man on the sidelines for Rising tonight, you're feeling similarly.
Trejo takes it away, tries to sneak one through to Batash, but unable to get it to him, as Danny Trejo has to peel it all the way back out towards midfield. Poor pass intercepted by Skierce. Skierce able to find it back to Avievu. Avievu, long ball, able to hit Sacco in stride. Sacco, he's going to stop, cut, back heel flick for Johnson. Johnson tries to cross it, but nicely done getting in the way. That was Gagi back in defense, and it's out for a corner.
Well, there's some of the joy you get when Hope Avievu's on the ball, threading that ball over the top to Isan Sacco. Phoenix would benefit so much from finding a goal here before the halftime whistle.
Carvana corner kick for the host. Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising, will drive you happy. This one's sent in. Hackshaw first to get his head to it, as Avievu knocks it down for Smith. Smith sent towards the back post, knocked up and around. Boot taken up high towards the Senge as Rakowski all the way out, and he'll head it back down to Flores. That ball just rolls all the way through, nothing there. And Spiegel will scoop up the ball and roll it back out quickly. Trying to pressure now a little bit is Phoenix. Skeers comes flying in, unable to get there. Might be caught out. Long run. Going to play it over to the left wing. Wilson wanted the ball, but it's going to be to Trejo. Danny Trejo waiting up for Armanakis, and he'll hand it off to him. Armanakis crossed in right to the head of Asenge. There's Asenge. It's absolutely swallowed up by White Kits, and just having to clear it away is Colin Smith.
Well, Oakland again finding an opportunity to break lines with relative ease. Phoenix charging out of central midfield, but cannot maintain any sort of numerical parity there. So Oakland have the advantage in their diamond structure, find a space to go and attack down that left side. And Phoenix Rising yet again are up against it. If you're Benny Feilhaber, you've got to be delighted in how your 4-4-2 diamond is playing tonight.
It's been a really impressive showing this evening from an Oakland team that is still right in the thick of things. As it stands, 3 points, a good opportunity as the flag is up. Johnson unable to stay on side. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. As it currently stands right now, Oakland wouldn't move up in the standings. They'd still be in 10th, but it would pull them within 2 points of that 8th and final playoff spot as we approach the final few weeks of the season. As Armanakis just sent that one, trying to find a runner. Nobody was there, though. Johnson gives one off as it's going to be a yellow card and a quick one right out of the pocket as Daniel Flores went down.
Yeah, and Danny Flores has been a spark up this left side, sneaks in behind Ali El Masnawi. The midfielder ends up sliding, going to ground there, making contact with Flores, and it's an easy call on that yellow.
Rising have to be thinking if you can just get one. Ball played through. This one sent towards goal, right past Sacco. And there's the one. It's Charlie Dennis.
Charlie Dennis finding the back of the net against his old team. Just 1 week after serving up that equalizer to Carl Sain in the 100th minute. It's Dennis cleaning up this mess in the box with that right foot, and Phoenix Rising have found themselves on the scoreboard, cutting the deficit down to 2 goals just before the halftime whistle.
And with that goal for Phoenix Rising, it's another $250 from America First Credit Union being donated to the United Food Bank through the Goals for Good program, providing hunger relief to people across Arizona, 1 goal at a time. So 2 added minutes. Rising get the one that they've been looking for this entire first half. They've had some chances, finally able to capitalize, and they can start to claw their way back into this match. But Oakland, they want to try and get at least one more themselves. Wilson elevates and just wide. Goodness gracious, it was that close to an answer.
Peter Wilson trying to help his team get the lead back to 3 goals. Again, positions himself so well inside the 18-yard box It's a lovely cross in from Maury Donor. And Wilson just lurking there on Acela Senge. Can't direct it on frame, and Phoenix Rising breathe a sigh of relief.
Rising pressing ahead. Avievu wants the ball at his feet. Has to wait up. Nice little touch to get himself some space. Flicks it back for Johnson. Johnson sent in towards goal, but Spiegel is there to fall on top of it.
Well, it's hard, Killian, to overestimate just how important that goal from Charlie Dennis is for Phoenix Rising. Obviously, it has implications on the scoreline, but also mentally. You have to imagine for Phoenix Rising the difference between going down 3 goals heading into halftime compared to 2. They've been in this position before in each of the last 2 weeks, as we've talked about. They've been down 2 goals. They know how to fight back from a moment like this. Not that it's easy, and not even that it's anywhere near the most likely outcome for this team in the second half. But that weight coming off the shoulders just a little bit when the ball from Charlie Dennis hits the back of the net has to mean something for this Rising squad.
Johnson, here's Dennis again. Dennis wants to go for a goal, but it took a deflection. He got himself some space, as now Saint has to play it back to Rakowski. Waiting for Elvis Sosmanovic, the head referee, to blow his whistle, and he officially does to conclude the first 45. Take a deep breath, everybody. 4 goals in the first half. It's 3-1 Oakland in an exciting first half. It took a little while or delay to get going, but it was certainly worth the wait. Charlie Dennis gets one back right at the end of the first. Danny Trejo gets one against his former team, and Peter Wilson, the man, the hottest player in the championship, with a couple himself. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a break here for halftime as the 2 clubs will start to make their way into the locker rooms to talk things over. It's Phoenix Rising and Oakland Roots halftime report coming up next.
Oh, Waymo's here.
The what?
The Waymo.
What's a Waymo?
There you go.
It's driving itself.
You're okay. It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
How does it do this?
Magic.
And now, everybody who's fueled by your local Circle K. There's flower shop owners, neighborhood bakers, awesome food truck sandwich makers, gearheads, mighty motorheads, farmers and their farmsteads, life-saving physicians and head-banging musicians, that guy who helps you change your spare, and rock star nurses. Hey. The people we rely on every day are fueled by Circle K every single day. Fueled by Circle K.
There's satisfaction in sacrifice, in spilling blood, sweat, and tears, in knowing that you left it all on the floor and never threw in the towel. Well, except to clean up the mess. Giving it all for your team is worth every drop. Modelo, brewed for fans with a fighting spirit.
The monsoon can drastically change our weather in just minutes.
With First Alert Weather, any changes, you'll know first, you'll know before.
Get the First Alert before you plan your day.
Get the First Alert before your commute home.
Get the First Alert to keep your family safe.
No matter what's on the horizon, when we know, you'll know. It's why we First Alert.
Only on Arizona's Family.
I have some questions to ask you. As your keeper, what's your mindset normally in the goal?
Obviously save balls and trying to win the game. Also dictate a little bit the game, organize, and just trying everything to not concede a goal.
Yeah, that's good. Why do you think Germany is the best at producing some of the best goalkeepers?
I think we started really young. I remember I started playing soccer when I was 3. I decided to be a goalie at the age of 5. I think I'm now 32, so I'm like 27 years a goalkeeper now. That's a big part why Germany has in the past had really good goalkeepers.
Speaking of Germany, what's the most famous player or keeper that you've played against or with?
I conceded my first goal from Lewandowski.
Oh, I have a jersey of him. Yeah. What's your favorite memory with the Phoenix Rising?
Oof. I mean, obviously the championship was definitely a special moment. Then celebrating with the fans downtown was really cool. And then having some games here in front of the home fans, in front of the family and friends is really special for me.
Have you seen the game where you were called Peter Rakowski?
It's the goalkeeper, Peter Rakowski.
Yeah, maybe I should change my name to Peter. I feel like since they call me like that, I had a few good games. I guess it's Peter from now on.
The man, not the myth, the legend. Thank you for your time.
Back in Phoenix, 3-1, an exciting 45 minutes. After a little bit of a weather delay, the fans holding strong. So are we. Don't go anywhere. Halftime continues.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back. I need more help.
Take a loan, love, take a loan for free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
And Thomas Among finds the corner. He ties it up.
Line through Cicerone. What a banger. Oh, good night.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Hartford Athletic gets to the Jägermeister Cup final. Sacramento sweep the penalties. Sac Republic make another indomitable run to a cup final.
Phoenix! 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 Woo! Out of here. I'm out.
Phoenix! Phoenix!
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Welcome back in 38th and Washington. A wild start to the night has turned into what a beautiful evening, I will say, and that's everything off the pitch. 3-1 Oakland Roots over Phoenix Rising through the first 45. Fans sticking it out through the weather to start the game. A little bit of a delay, but we're here and rocking and rolling. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lauer, going to give you some of the news and notes from around the championship presented by Best Western. As we say, a big welcome. New strategic growth partners, Bell Tower Partners. Big investment into the USL. As well as Danny Cruz. How about that? The youngest and the fastest to 100 wins. I mean, I guess if you watch Louisville City play, it's not all that surprising. They are quite good in this league. But then you got the exciting one, the U.S. Men's U20, 9 USL Championship alumni named to that U20 team, getting that call-up for that World Cup there, the U20 competition. I know Joe certainly paying attention to that one.
Oh, yeah. I'm stoked. Down in Chile, wish we could be there, Killian.
Certainly, it would be fun. Here's the out-of-town scoreboard from what's going on. An opportunity to make up some ground up top. Indy 11 with a big win, 2-1 over FC Tulsa. A couple 0-0 draws. San Antonio and Birmingham Legion, Louisville City taking up another 3 points against Detroit City as they continue to push themselves further ahead of everybody in the league. Colorado Springs Switchbacks, a loss, 2-0. There was an opportunity there. And Sacramento Republic currently level with Monterey Bay at the bottom of the Western Conference. If they can find themselves 3 points, they'll climb just a little bit closer to Tulsa.
Yeah, and everything, even though Phoenix Rising is struggling on the field right now tonight, everything is coming up Phoenix Rising in terms of the results around the rest of the USL Championship in the Western Conference. El Paso, you look at Colorado Springs, you look at Monterey Bay potentially, Orange County, San Antonio. So many teams failing to pick up 3 points. That's good news for Rising.
Certainly is. Well, they're going to have a lot of work to do if they want to try and get anything in the second half. Down 3-1. Don't go anywhere. We got the first half highlights and second half kickoff coming up from 38th in Washington.
Game day kickoff has arrived at Coulter Buick GMC Tempe. Check out a 2025 GMC Hummer EV leased for $699 a month. And the brand new 2026 GMC Sierra EV leased for $399 a month. Plus, this month we have a $7,500 EV lease credit that ends this month. So come by, give us a call, or go online to CoulterTempe.com and experience the difference.
Hey, just a reminder that me and some friends are headed to the credit card bill tomorrow.
Again, I hate that you're always going to the credit card. Why can't you stay here and do things with us?
You don't generate the same interest. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Get your money working and keep more of it at home with 0% interest for 6 months on new Visa credit cards at America First.
When you trust your heart to Abrazo Health, you're choosing one of the Valley's largest networks of cardiologists.
Nationally recognized for the heart care we provide, and a dedicated heart hospital.
You're choosing a team who has dedicated their lives to help save yours.
We are here for every heartbeat, from preventative diagnostic testing
to performing complex, life-saving heart surgeries.
In matters of the heart, we believe it's a journey that we all take together.
Because heart care is better together.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, wait, 1 second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car.
Billy, you still there?
Okay, just...
You need Carvana. What's your plate number?
Boss, M-O-V.
Vehicle features, no accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer. But do you still need help with the clicker?
I'll ask your sister.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Carvana, ASMC, and America First. Back in, good look of downtown Phoenix. Good shot there. The skies have cleared out. Cronkite School there. Lights are on. Big win for Arizona State last night. They fought through the weather. I don't know why you're laughing. I'm tying it all back in, Joe.
Got Cronkite mentioned. You got your alma mater mentioned. It's like clockwork, Killian.
I mean, of course. I feel like I have to. But it's the weather. That's the factor that it plays.
Harbor, Killian, to your point, they've been a team that have wanted to control games since he arrived and took over in June. This Oakland squad is 5th in the USL Championship in passes per game. They've controlled the game with the ball, but they have not been a goal-dangerous team. You talked about the low shots tally. They've been 21st in the USL Championship in expected goals per game. They've not had a lot of attacking joy until tonight, where they've had absolutely chance after chance. We've seen this in Charleston recently. They have been able to put up some more goal-scoring numbers, and part of that has been this new shape and tactical approach that Benny Feilhaber's gone to.
Well, Phoenix Rising fans, don't wait. Get your 2026 season ticket membership deposits are live, and with just $100 per seat, the deposit adds the 2026 season priority list. For every deposit placed, you receive one complimentary ticket to a regular season game this season. Call 623-594-9606 or email sales@phxrisingfc.com to learn more. There is the goal scorer for Phoenix, Charlie Dennis. Potmar Boy going to make a change for Phoenix. He'll come in for Carl Saint. One change for Oakland Roots out of the halftime break. Bobosi Bayerwanga. The Ugandan midfielder comes in. And back underway for the second half. There's an interception from Emmers as Emmers plays it ahead. Phoenix, we've talked about it really for the last 20-ish minutes. No stranger to being down, as that ball a bit too far. As they have one other change. Just got word it was a good eye from you, Joe. Ended up catching Wolfgang Prentice coming on for the goal scorer, Danny Trejo. As here's Flores with an opportunity. Flores, low cross towards the back post. An opportunity, an extra touch, as Emmers comes running through and unable to control it.
Yeah, it's a wasted opportunity there from Sian Emmers. Here come Oakland going the other way.
Potmar Boy fresh into the match, right up against the man with 2 goals already tonight, Peter Wilson, and Potmar Boy wins that battle.
Well, and that's a fascinating halftime sub from Pamadou Ka to enter Potmar Boy into this game to partner Asela Senge. We've seen plenty of Potmar Boy out here in the Valley of the Sun over the last 2 seasons, and his best skill, Killian, is his ability to defend in transition. That's exactly what Phoenix Rising lacked in the first half.
Donor, foot kind of caught right on the top of Daniel Flores. So earns a free kick, and Asenge going to get it back going quickly. Rakowski, who's a good ways out, plays it off to the left wing. Aveyevu pauses, gets himself a little bit of room. Out of the middle for Skierce. Skierce a bit too far, unable to get Johnson as Donor takes a slip and a fall, and now they're going to say it is a foul on Johnson. Johnson trying to make the argument that Donor slipped. Johnson, I think, has a fair case. There's a big gash there in the turf right where Donor went down. But, again, at the same time, let's take another look.
Yeah, see just a little hand in the back there from Darius Johnson. Maury Donor goes down quite easily. Happy to absorb that little bit of contact and buy his team a few seconds on the ball.
Sheehan Emmers. He gets it back over Colin Smith. Smith, a pleasant sight back in the 11 for Phoenix Rising as he tries to take it quickly, as he'll be told to go back a few more feet and reset it.
Yeah, and Phoenix really, Killian, still looking for that first choice back line as we'll go yet again from this dead ball. Colin Smith recently having returned from injury. That moved Pierce Rizzo back to the bench. The young kid on the USL Academy contract. You see Potmar Boy coming in off the bench in this game. Carl Saint has started games at center back. Rafa Shius has started games at center back. Asela Senge now is starting games. A lot of chopping and changing, and that's before you even get to Danny Flores, who joined in that summer transfer window on loan. So many different looks that we've seen from Phoenix Rising this year. It's made it really difficult for them to develop chemistry and successful defensive performances from their back four.
And there's a little bit of that chemistry right there. Johnson thought that Flores was going to come back to him. He tried to carry on a run up the pitch, and it's out for a throw. This one tossed in. Asenge able to fight and get a foot to it. Potmar Boy comes away. Batash working his way ahead. Smith has to sprint over. Sliding challenge from Smith. That was a big one as Armanakis was flying in and he had the eyes on goal.
Yeah, it's great defensive work from Colin Smith there, covering for Potmar Boy after he'd way overextended himself into midfield. Colin Smith slides right to get on the end of that ball before Panos Armanakis can. Really heads-up play with tons of effort there from Colin Smith in that right-back spot.
Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. You can get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Johnson just keeps this in. That one trickles away. Now Wilson. Wilson turns, has a lot more space than he thought he did. Tries to chip it back over to him, but the flag was up for offside.
Yeah, and that's where Oakland are really trying to find more joy in this second half. They had plenty of it in the first half, but it's off of those quick turnovers, catching Phoenix Rising's counter press out and finding Wilson, especially as he makes those runs in behind. No Danny Trejo, of course, for this second half with Wolfgang Prentice coming on the field, but Wilson proven to be a handful.
Emmers, good little step over, gets himself some room. Sacco, and just unable to get on top of that ball and flared it into the top row.
Again, Phoenix Rising have had chances in this game. They've had two good looks so far, Killian, in this second half. Hit the Sion Emmers moment where he just can't quite convert it into an actual shooting opportunity. And Isan Sacco there with a half-decent look, just can't get it on frame. Rising are finding chances. The question is going to be, can they continue to find those chances while maintaining some semblance of balance on the defensive end?
That's the thing. They trail this 3-1 deficit. The firepower is certainly there to get 2 goals in the next 40-plus minutes. There's no question in that. It's whether or not they'll be able to hold on, keep it out of their own net, while also getting those 2 goals. That's been the real question pretty much all season.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, Killian, taking the words out of my mouth there. That has been the question for Phoenix in 2025 is, can they find the way to create chances and score enough goals without conceding too many at the other end? And that's the fundamental principle of soccer, of course. But Rising have embodied that in this pure sense where they have been so advanced with a lot of their attacking play and pushing so many numbers forward that every game has been on a knife's edge, and tonight feels like it's no different.
All played through really to nowhere as that one's sent in. Batash over to Wilson. Wilson's already got 2. Tries to get it over to his right foot. Going to leave it, and now a flying swing at the ball. Batash still not out of danger, and that one sent up into that south end stands.
And you see Oakland not content with this 2-goal lead, and that's not a surprise. When speaking with Benny Feilhaber earlier on this week, one of the things he's been trying to preach to this team is to not be content when they take a 1-goal lead or a 2-goal lead, to continue to go and hunt to find chances for more. Oakland's certainly doing that, and Phoenix Rising helping out a little bit there with some sloppy buildup.
Skiris nicely done to poke a foot in and send it back the other way. Emmers swings over onto the right wing. Here's Dennis. Dennis wants to get it to his left. Chipped back down for Emmers and stolen away. Armanakis, good recovery defense that time to chase down and close down that attack as Skiers takes a shove from behind.
Yeah, it's good tempo from Phoenix Rising, breaking out of their own half there eventually, even after that misplay. Cian Emmers playing very quickly so far in this second half. A difference, Killian, from what we saw out of Noble Okello in the first half, where the ball turns over on a couple of Oakland's goals and he's slow to recover and get back into shape. Emmers trying to get back and get involved in transition defending there.
Charlie Dennis. He's the lone goal scorer tonight for Phoenix. He wants to cross this one in as Gagi chests it away. And Hackshaw will clear it out of the 18. Sent back towards the middle, intercepted by Skiers. Skiers has to come sliding in, and he will earn a foul. And he'll get helped up by young Ugandan Bobosi Bairanga. Ball being pinged around in the midfield. Dennis back to Hope Avievu. Avievu's settled himself further back, trying to be a little bit more involved in the play. Dennis able to get around his defender, Armanakis. This one trying to cross through. Not able to get there was Smith. No, Sacco, excuse me, as Sacco leapt over the ball, and it will be a throw-in for Phoenix. Smith will be the man to come and take this throw. Saw a couple times a week ago and it's allowed in some long throws, not electing to take one here this time. Hemmers, good little move to earn himself some space. Hemmers, they've got Flores on this left wing if they can get it over to him as Johnson heads it down. As Babosi now wants to go forward. If he can get it to Wilson. Wilson leaps over the ball. An opportunity for Prentice, who has to wait for it. Few red kits able to get back. Prentice trying to find one over to Wilson. Unable to get it to him. Sneaky bit of play by Peter Wilson to help that ball get all the way through to Prentice.
And this game, Killian, has been so open over the last 5 minutes or so. End-to-end attacking play, more of it here.
Prentice, one touch. Armanakis. Little step over. Smith staying with him whole time. Smith steps in front, does a nice job. Not fully away from danger just yet, though.
And if you're Oakland, here's an opportunity to maybe take just half a beat. Give yourself a chance to set up your structure.
Donor. This one crossed in all the way to the back post, as it was Colin Smith who got his foot to it.
And there's the benefit, though. You have your rest defense structure in place. Gagi can step into midfield and win that ball, and now off the set piece, you're giving yourself a chance to reset a little bit. Killian, things have been, just as I said a moment ago, so open. And if you're Oakland, I don't think that's at all how you want this second half to play out. Yes, you want to have opportunities still to go and extend this lead because you don't feel comfortable with just that 2-goal advantage. But at the same time, you know Phoenix Rising can hurt you in transition. You talk to coaches around the USL Championship. There are a few teams that they fear more when the ball turns over than Phoenix Rising, and for a good reason, with how this team has created chances and scored goals in 2025. If you're Oakland, you'd rather adopt a slightly more controlled approach to the last 30-plus minutes of this game.
Armanakis, maybe the one left foot. This one, Popmar Boy, right to the head. As now a whistle, and there is a player down on that back post for Phoenix. That is Colin Smith, who is a little slow to get up.
Yeah, we'll see the replay here. Colin Smith at the back post, jostling with Neville Hackshot. Looks like that right hand from Hackshot ends up maybe catching Colin Smith in the eye. Saw Smith blinking a little bit as he was getting some attention there from the referee. Now back to his feet and plays underway.
Smith, a little undersized against Neville Hackshaw.
Just a little.
There's a little bit of kind of holding on for dear life there, I think, too, for Colin Smith. Good form tackle, though. Long run for Flores as he slides in. Good hustle play, but he can't keep it. Gagi does a nice job to stay there. Gomez knocks it ahead, but Asenge, and he can't get it off of his feet. Gomez. Wolfgang Prentice. As Popmar Boy calling for some help. He tries to get over. This one deflected back post and just got a piece of it. Was Asenge. It was wide open for Wilson's third of the night.
And Asenge getting back to take care of business after he was the one who turned the ball over just a few seconds earlier. Prentice does well there to play the ball across. It's the right decision. But Popmar Boy and Aselo Asenge doing enough combined there to get touches on the ball to take away Peter Wilson's opportunity for that hat trick.
Carvana corner kick, first one of the second half. Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising, will drive you happy. As it will be Danny Gomez making his way over to take this one with the right foot. Gomez comfortable taking a couple extra seconds. This one low. That one's sent all the way through and trying to feed one the edge of the 18. Not good enough contact anywhere near to make Rakowski have to sweat. Phoenix Rising and Modelo have teamed up to offer the ultimate game night experience. For just $20, you can get one ticket and one 24-ounce Modelo to elevate your game day. Don't miss out on this special offer and get your tickets today and cheer on Phoenix Rising. You can buy now at phxrisingfc.com. We are Phoenix Rising, Todos Rojos. Hope Avievu takes some contact and goes down. Joe, we're starting to see Hope Avievu.
Yeah.
He's dropping a little bit further back, trying to get himself a little more involved.
Yeah, you called that out really well earlier in this second half. Avievu frustrated with his lack of involvement in the first half, and that's been a little bit of a theme for Phoenix in the last couple of weeks, is not finding Avievu early enough or often enough in possession. Feels then pressured the number 10 to drop back to get control of the game. You don't mind Avievu getting some of those touches in deeper areas because he can play distributor from those spaces. At the same time, you lose his presence in between the lines. You can't have both.
Danny Gomez gets a warning saying no more. Been caught a couple times on some fouls. And here's Charlie Dennis. An hour played tonight in Phoenix. It was about a 40-minute delay from the scheduled kickoff due to some weather. A monsoon storm rolled through. Finally got things going. Took Danny Trejo 41 seconds to get the scoring started. Peter Wilson with a brace, 2 goals in the first 21 minutes, one in the 9th, one in the 21st. And then Charlie Dennis, his goal right at the end of the first half to make it the 3-1 scoreline we currently have. That's to get you all caught up to where we are. Flores fighting for the ball. Lots of tugging at the jerseys. As Avievu will clip it forward. Emmers tries to knee it. And a bit too strong, and it gets away. Batash over to Prentice. Prentice one-on-one with Pop Marboy. Tries to get around him, but Pop Marboy does just enough to hold him up, and J.P. Skierce comes and helps out as backline mate.
Well, that's the benefit of having Pop Marboy in the field for Phoenix Rising, is how good he is isolated in defensive transition. Phoenix basically matched up man for man there as Oakland tried to break out on the break. It's a difficult spot to be in. If you're the host, you want to have a little extra cover defensively, but really, Pop Marboy gives you some of that even as just one player in that man-for-man structure.
Isan Sacco going to peel it back out and put it towards the center. Nobody's there. The only man is a white kitten. Now Maury Donor gets a good ball from Gomez, and off goes Maury Donor. Donor tries to feed one through for Wilson. Wilson, one touch, taken down as Pop Marboy. He's been Johnny on the spot tonight since coming on.
Yes, he has, Killian. It's a great sub from Pamuduka, getting Phoenix Rising's best defender on the field for this game. It's been a difficult year for Pop Marboy all the way across the board, thinking of injury, thinking of some of his struggles, getting back into the 11 even when fit. He's making his money tonight.
Wolfgang Prentice still on the ground. He took a heavy shot from Colin Smith. He went in there strong on this challenge.
And here's a look at that Oakland chance from just a moment ago. It's a lovely ball in from Maury Donor, but Pop Marboy going step for step with Peter Wilson, who's frustrated. And he can't get that look on goal. Excellent individual defending from the young center back.
Yeah, the way Peter Wilson's played tonight, Joe, you could argue he could have like 5 goals so far with some of the opportunities that has been put his way. Gomez going to step over Armanakis. High towards the back post, settle down. Batash has to turn around. Donor, one more long touch. He'll try and cross it. Rakowski has to leap up. Ball is at the back post, and Pop Marboy clears it away.
Yeah, it's been the Pop Marboy show in the second half so far for Phoenix Rising. He's been a little more involved than anybody in red would have preferred when he entered the field after halftime. You see Patrick Rakowski comes out, ends up flapping at that cross. Can't get a touch to it, and it's Pop Marboy who cleans up the mess.
It's a throw on the far side for Oakland. Armanakis. And all this one low cross. Avievu just kind of sticks the foot up. Gets a little bit of room. Now a chance for Avievu. He overruns it, unable to stay with the ball as Gagi just spins and sends it back into Phoenix's third, as will be a throw.
Well, this really killing to go back to Pop Marboy. This has been the version of Pop Marboy that we saw almost all of last season. The rookie center back at that point out of Clemson had an excellent first season as a professional. So good in those defensive moments, just like we're seeing tonight. The thought was after an offseason where you do end up holding on to him if you're Phoenix Rising, you don't end up moving him either abroad or to a club in Major League Soccer despite there being legitimate interest in Pop Marboy. The idea is you give him another season and get a little more seasoning on him, especially on the ball, and that just hasn't happened so far in 2025. Pop Marboy hasn't developed into a regular starter for Pamadouka, a manager that really wants that ball-playing ability from his center backs. You get that a little bit more from someone like Asela Senge or even from Carl Saint, who's started several games in this stretch over Pop Marboy, but tonight we're seeing a lot of what makes Pop Marboy so special.
Good find from Johnson. Good little through play for Flores, who wants a back heel. Gomez does a nice job putting himself between Flores and the ball. Senge gets up to win that header as Emmers. Not a lot of space here on this near side. Johnson going stride for stride with Donor, gets upended, and that's going to be a quick yellow for Batash and a dangerous set-piece chance for Phoenix.
That's nice work from Darius Johnson on this left side. Knifing into that half space from the left wing, pushing the ball inside. Using his acceleration to cut right between Batash and Donor there. Draws the foul, and now Phoenix Rising have a dangerous free kick here from Hope Aveyevu.
Yeah, it will be Aveyevu to take this. Charlie Dennis is going to be lurking right up at the edge of the 18. As he starts to work his way back into line. Got Pop Marboy at the back post with Asela Senge. Aveyevu towards that back post. Bit too far for Pop Marboy. Knocked out and around. This one's sent towards goal, right on the line, and it's cleared away. Reisinger trying to say that it went in. It's cleared out. As play will continue on. It was right on the goal line.
And what an opportunity that is for Phoenix Rising. Everything but the finish there. Just needed a little gust of wind from that monsoon earlier to see that ball cross the goal line. Phoenix still looking for number 2.
Dennis, right-footed cross, going in for Johnson, who can't put it on target.
Phoenix Rising coming so close. Here's that set-piece aftermath from Phoenix, and it's Gagi right on the goal line to get a good look from it there. The ball now has to entirely cross the plane. Every part of the ball has to be over that goal line. Here's another look. See it bouncing there on the far side of the box. Eventually it's Dennis. We don't see the full replay there as the ball is now back in play. It did not look to me, Killian, like that ball entirely crossed the plane of the goal line.
No.
Phoenix still on 1 goal tonight.
Gagi was the man who was right there to keep it from going in. Here it is. Gagi right on the line, and then Spiegel at the last second just getting it away. And it nearly took that slight deflection off the knee of Johnson. What a moment for this Oakland side.
Oh, and it's that sequence, and then it's the Darius Johnson header just seconds afterwards, after that ball had been recycled. Phoenix, 2 big opportunities in the span of mere seconds, still find themselves trailing 3-1 here at 38th and Washington.
So Batash is going to come off. His night is done after picking up the yellow. Jurgen Dahm, the man to come on.
And this is not a like-for-like change from Benny Feilhaber. Jurgen Dahm, a wide player, and Batash has been used tonight as that number 10. Wonderful to see Panos Armanakis maybe move into that central midfield area to maintain the shape, or if this means we're seeing just a shape change altogether from Oakland and Benny Feilhaber.
Still hold that 2-1 lead, about 20-plus minutes left. This one's sent in. Trying to get it to Wilson, unable to get there. Long run in behind. Dom's first touch, he just flicks it on. Nothing there as Sacco will toss it back to Flores. As Flores is told, return to the spot where it exited play.
And it looks like we are seeing Jurgen Damm pop up as that number 10. So occupying similar space to the area that Faisal Batash was in just a moment ago.
Emmers right in the midfield. Flores is waving at the bottom of the screen. He wants the ball. See if Asenge will get it to him, and he will eventually. Johnson fighting with Donor. Good find through for Flores. Flores might have hesitated just a bit. Gets it over for Johnson. Johnson cross to the back post. Nobody was there. The chances are coming for Phoenix. It's just whether or not they can capitalize. And we will have a change. It's going to be an attacking move from Pamukka. Remy Cabral going to enter.
Yeah, you see the replay here. Darius Johnson getting down that left side. He has been so effective. Johnson over the last 5 minutes or so, he's the one that draws the foul for that Hope Avievu free kick that gets cleared off the goal line. He then charges the box just a moment later to get that headed opportunity, and then it's Johnson again driving down that left sideline after showing off some real physicality up against Maury Donor. And now Phoenix Rising, it looks like, have changed their structure slightly.
Wilson in behind. Wilson one-on-one. Wilson misses. He was alone on goal for the hat trick, and he missed wide.
Well, that's a huge moment for Peter Wilson there. Picks up the ball. Has so much time and space to run right at Patrick Rakowski. Puts that ball wide right. Peter Wilson, one of his only mistakes on the evening, Killian.
Could that be a moment for Phoenix Rising as Dom gets the ball at his feet? So the change made, you mentioned that shape. So Remy Cabral came in. He's kind of slid over into the left wing. Isan Sacco's kind of been dancing around that his striker role, potentially right wing with Charlie Dennis. As that ball, a little back heel flick on, sent back in, a little bicycle kick, but it won't matter. As the flag's up for an offside.
Yeah, and it's Darius Johnson who's now moved to the right back spot as Colin Smith has exited play. Johnson will play as a very, very advanced right-sided player, certainly attacking as a pure winger and doing some on the defensive end to get back into shape, but he will not bring the same quality against the ball that Colin Smith does.
Rakowski runs out to chase this, and fans, if you can't watch the match, be sure to turn on Sirius XM FC 157. It's North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays, as that one is cleared just wide, an opportunity potentially, and now a corner. But you can hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC at 157 and the new Sirius XM app. It's a Carvana corner kick as Charlie Dennis will come to take this one. Rising, they had to get one at the end of the first half to try and claw their way back in. They got to get one now if they want to make it interesting. Is that one right in towards the center? Avievu. Avievu wants to have a go from distance. It falls right down to Dennis, who puts it right back in and headed away again. Avievu has to chase it down and gets it over for Flores, the lone defender, back after that set piece.
And you see Pop Marboy staying high as a striker here, waiting for the ball to be served back in.
This one will be sent towards goal, but Spiegel leaps up. Catch 2 feet down. I think that counts.
'Tis the season, Killian. 'Tis the season. One, two. Yep.
Yeah, kept possession
Absolutely.
as well. Opportunity. Cabral, turnover, is now Dennis back for Cabral. Cabral was the shot, and just wide. It took a deflection. Spiegel was on top of it. Not sure if he would have been able to get there, though, if it was on goal, and it's another corner.
Cabral hoping to get on the score sheet quickly. After joining this game, Phoenix still knocking.
That was Gomez who just got a piece of it. This one now crossed in and again headed right back out. It was Hackshaw and a poor pass from Aveyevu. Bit over 15 to play tonight. It's 3-1 Oakland. A 2-goal lead you can feel comfortable with, but when you play against Phoenix, it's very difficult to feel comfortable.
Yeah, it's been the story all season long for this Phoenix Rising team with how dangerous they can be going forward. Phoenix have created so many goal-scoring opportunities, even just in the second half. Hoping to find a look that's going to get them back within one.
Foul or a free kick as Kai Green getting ready to come on. Flores right at midfield. Good move to get himself some space. Flores in the middle for Cabral. Cabral, the back heel flick. Long run for Flores, and he overruns it. Dom will take a moment to settle. Prentice tries to flick onwards, but Cabral will have it. Cabral, good footwork to keep possession. And that one just gets pushed off the ball, and Oakland able to come back with it. Wilson. Good physical presence, but unable to win. Johnson now on this right wing. He has it poked out from in between him. Armanakis trying to get a little flashy himself.
And that's good defending from Panos Armanakis. On that far side, a lot of the joy for Phoenix tonight has come opposite Armanakis. A solid defensive outing from the number 10.
Flores back for Asenge. As Asenge over the top, it's Sacco. It won't matter, flag was up. Fans, are you hungry? Head on into Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers after the match. Cane's hand-battered chicken fingers and delicious secret sauce is the perfect way to feed your post-game appetite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love. So it'll be Maury Donor, the man to come off, as Kai Green will enter, the two former teammates at Monterey Bay a year ago.
And Kai Green, much more of a center back naturally than he is a right back. He'll take up a more defensive posture in that right back role now for Benny Feilhaber, trying to keep tabs on Remy Cabral.
Spiegel will send this one in long. Asking for a handball as Cabral unable to keep that touch near him. Armanakis chips it in towards Wilson in a big collision between Asenge and Wilson's down. And they're going to call for the trainer to go out and take a look at him. Wilson, the man with 2 goals, is now Popmar Boy coming over trying to accelerate the process a little bit, and Wilson not the biggest fan of that.
Yeah, and here's that replay. The ball coming into the box there, and you see Asela Asenge and Peter Wilson collide there at speed. Wilson immediately goes down holding his head. Now getting attention from the Oakland medical staff.
Wilson with a big old smile on his face. It's hard not to smile as they're just checking him, as now Wilson's trying to make the argument, saying, no, I'm fine. But the head referee saying, you will need to exit. It's a head, so you're going to have to be let back on. I think it's fair to say that Wilson doesn't agree with that judgment.
No, and it's some potentially clever work there from Peter Wilson, trying to watch a few seconds tick off the clock. Of course, you want to take head injuries and the possibility of a head injury very, very seriously. It does look like Wilson, though, is going to be ready to go as this ball comes back into play.
Well, looks like they do keep him on there. Now head referee is saying it's back there for a corner, but Wilson is not on the pitch. Maybe. That looks like that was what they're motioning to, but it looks like Wilson's going to be the man to take this corner. He will. Ramanakis comes back to it. Gomez, this one crossed in as leaping out to punch it away is Rakovsky. Avayevu tries to get it away. We'll see, and it is going to be a throw to Oakland. Substitution getting ready to come on for Phoenix. It'll be the newest face on this rising side as Dom gets it on the wing. Laid off for Green. Green gets tied up with Emmers as it'll be a throw-in. Emmers should hold that ball, and it looks like this substitution will come on, and it will be. And Phoenix Rising debut, Jean Morceau. Third different player now to play this season for Phoenix Rising, and it's the young midfielder making his debut, and right away his first touch.
And Morsu making that Phoenix Rising debut, as you said, Killian. The 20-year-old Cameroonian midfielder moved from Cameroon to play in the lower divisions in France. Picked up a good bit of experience there. Signed on loan in Phoenix with an option. Primarily a defensive midfielder, can range a little bit higher and go box to box at times. Covers ground, right-footed player. More of a connector in midfield than he is a line breaker. Curious to see how he develops. Again, just 20 years old. Perhaps maybe more of a signing for 2026 for Phoenix Rising in this front office in 2025, but exciting to get a first glimpse at him here.
And from Valenciennes in France, Jean-Eric Morceau. He's been one of these players, he's been around the club for a little bit, but still just been kind of trying to wait, getting everything cleared with the league as Wilson gets it down at his feet. Pop Marboy, though, able to help win that ball and clear it away. Peter Wilson is hunting this third goal. Green played back. It'll go right back to him. Gagi wants to go through for Dom. Dom has to wait, and he gets it away. Pop Marboy slips and goes down. Emmers turns and lets it roll out for a throw. Pop Marboy, little ginger getting up after that one. If you're Phoenix, you got to start moving yourself forward quickly. You got to get a goal somewhere. You'd prefer it to be sooner rather than later. You can't imagine you're getting another 10 minutes of added time like you got last week against Loudoun. Opportunity. A lot of red kits pressing forward and a poor pass. Gagi just stepped in front of that one easily and turned right back over. Charlie Dennis. Morceau, the top of the midfield. Flores over for Emmers. Senge over for Emmers. Emmers with Gomez in front of him. Flicks it on for Cabral. Cabral trying to feed one in behind for Isan Sacco, and the flag was up.
Yeah, Remy Cabral trying to take on that Hope Avayevu role of feeding the front runners in behind the opposing back line. It's not quite in sync with his countrymen there, Remy Cabral. Phoenix trying to find ways to break down this deeper Oakland block. They have sat their line of confrontation now, Oakland, a little deeper downfield to avoid giving Phoenix so much obvious space to play into. You said it, Killian. The clock's ticking for Phoenix.
Folks, eFootball is here. You can live your dream and rep your team. Play as your favorite USL Championship club today eFootball is free to play, so go ahead and download it now. So 3-1. All 4 goals coming in the first half. It's been a quiet second 45 so far tonight. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry. It's been quiet in terms of the goal scoring. There's been no shortage of opportunities for both sides. As Flores going to take it all the way into the middle of the pitch. Little flick through Cabral. Cabral takes a tug and goes down, and it will be a set-piece chance.
Well, this will be fascinating, Killian. Hope Avevu now off the field for Phoenix Rising as their primary right-footed set-piece taker. This angle just left of center sets up better for a right footer, and you see Remy Cabral motioning for this ball. Charlie Dennis wants it with that left foot, but the angle is not as good. If you're Charlie Dennis, angle that ball towards goal. If Dennis ends up taking this, it'll be a clip ball, I'd have to imagine, towards that weak side of the box for a header, maybe then to be crossed back over across the goal mouth for a runner. If Cabral takes it, he could be trying to go on frame here over the wall.
Negotiation has been had. It is going to be Dennis. He's going to go for goal. Charlie Dennis! It's the double for Charlie Dennis. And what a goal for the Englishman.
Charlie Dennis, even at a tough angle, gets that ball open over the wall with his left foot, sneaks it past Rafael Spiegel. That is a lovely free kick from Charlie Dennis, now on a brace. No player, Killian, has been more impactful for Phoenix Rising over the last week than Charlie Dennis.
Spiegel was there. He just couldn't get enough of it. And with that, it's another goal for Phoenix Rising and another $250 from America First Credit Union being donated to the United Food Bank through the Goals for Good program, providing hunger relief to people across Arizona, one goal at a time. $500 tonight, thanks to Charlie Dennis. And now, most importantly, some fresh life in this stadium as the hosts look to try and go get one more.
Phoenix now back within spitting distance of getting a result to extend their unbeaten run. It has not been pretty for the home side tonight, but Charlie Dennis's goal involvements, Killian, have been pretty. Been so effective late off the bench against Loudoun last weekend, stepping up on yet another dead ball. Phoenix are back in this game.
Ball sent high, looking for Wilson. As that one comes down, Goma is unable to get it. Long run through and just having to send it out. It will be a throw to Phoenix. You mentioned need another goal. It's a 6-match unbeaten run for Phoenix overall in league play. It's 3 consecutive victories over Oakland. They lead the all-time series 6-2 with 3 draws between them.
And Tyler Gibson showing off some heady play there, absorbing the contact from Charlie Dennis to buy this Oakland team another opportunity from a dead ball. No rush. If you're Oakland right now, the mentality has sort of shifted for Oakland over the course of the second half, away from going and finding that 4th goal into how can we absorb pressure? How can we make life difficult for Phoenix? And part of that is by taking time off the clock.
And Remy Cabral adamant, hit the 4th official, tapping at his wrist saying, come on, let's go. Armanakis will hesitate. He'll send this one towards the back post. Rakowski comes out. Nobody's in goal. Asenge knocks it up. This one deflected down. Still at the back post. And too tall and well too wide as Rakowski wants to go quickly, and he'll be told that he's got to wait, and he is not happy about that.
Rakowski playing with fire coming off of his line there, Killian. Off of this Panos Armanakis free kick. Rakowski tries to punch that ball away, doesn't end up making clean contact whatsoever. And Oakland have a nice opportunity on goal there. Phoenix are back going the other way.
Flores with some contact and a foul, and that's going to be a yellow card immediately. And the head referee says, very easily motioned, that's for talking a bit too much.
Yeah, and Flores, certainly plenty of contact there on this near side. Knows exactly what he's doing, trying to get Phoenix back into this game in a real way by winning that ball, but ends up taking out too much of the man.
Another ball sent in deep. Wilson chests it down. He's got 2 goals of his own tonight. 5 goals between these two foes. 4 between Wilson and Charlie Dennis, and it's going to be out for a goal kick. Rakowski going to have to take this one quickly, and he does play it short. Johnson on that right wing. Phoenix couldn't do it again, could they, Joe? They've been down 2 goals. We mentioned it all night long. They've drawn their last 4. They've trailed at some point for the most part of the last couple, and somehow they find a way to get a point, and can they pull another one out this evening?
Oh, and it feels like killing the obvious answer should be no. Of course not, right? You come back to defy the odds so many times. You can only do that so many times. And for this Phoenix Rising team, it feels difficult to say they're just going to lay down.
Sacco trying to chase after it, and that one just has to be cleared up and away. Headed towards the midfield. Nobody's there, though. As Prentice. He's got Pop Marboy in front of him. Pop Marboy does a nice job to win the throw. There's going to be a substitution, as that is going to be the end of the night for Peter Wilson. He's up to 12 goals in the year, 9 goals in 8 matches, and he exits. He makes way for E.J. Johnson.
And what an evening for Peter Wilson. He's still going to be regretting not being able to direct that one-on-one with Patrick Rakowski on frame in the second half. Such a handful for Phoenix to deal with all night tonight.
Cabral trying to feed one through to his French teammate Sacco, unable to get there. And cleared around. Dennis can't keep it in touch. Folks, the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Johnson slow as the head referee looking at his clock.
Yeah, you'll see E.J. Johnson there tangled up with Acela Senge. Johnson, fresh legs. Not going to shy away from a scrap. Earns his team a dead ball moment.
This one just sent in as Johnson, the man up top, it'll be out for a goal kick. Well, it was the 100th minute last week against Loudoun. Took pretty much every second of the night for Phoenix to try and get the equalizer. Can Oakland Roots hold on and come away with 3 points and push themselves closer to the playoff line? Prentice gets shoved off the ball, and now Charlie Dennis takes a little bit of a knock, and it will be a free kick. Pamo Dukas screaming, saying, let's go, send it deep, and Charlie Dennis elects to play it short. So then through Emmers. Emmers with a lot of room on this left wing. Emmers working forward. He's going to stop and turn. He played back. More so. This one trying to get over the top. Cabral got a touch to it. Cabral to the center and cleared away. And there's going to be a red card. That's Gagi, who has just been sent off. There's no word that's been said. It was right in the box. This could potentially be a penalty for Phoenix. And now some pushing and shoving. Remy Cabral getting into it with Spiegel. This is a huge moment in this match, Joe. And now Sacco pushing and shoving with Spiegel.
And Remy Cabral at the center of it all right now. Holding the ball. eager to have an opportunity from the spot. You could certainly see contact there inside the 18 as Phoenix were building.
Still a lot of talking. Spiegel is not happy with somebody. You'd have to imagine it's either Sacco or Cabral. And now a yellow card to Spiegel. He's been shown one. Now another push and a shove. There's another body on the ground. That was Johnson who went down. Cabral is still standing there like a statue right at the penalty spot.
And Daniel Flores getting involved here. He's got to be careful, already on a yellow card. Has drawn the ire of the referee already once tonight and gets sent away from the scrum here.
Flores is told to walk away. And now Flores has been shown a second yellow, and Flores is gone. This has been an absolutely insane last 90 seconds. So Gaggi is gone. He was shown a straight red for that challenge in the box. Spiegel has picked up a yellow for the confrontation going on, and it will be a penalty, and still there's pushing and shoving. Now Armanakis is right in the middle. Here's one more look at that challenge. Right in the middle, Gaggi and Sacco.
Yeah, you see Gaggi pulling Isan Sacco down inside the 6-yard box. Sacco working hard off the ball to have an opportunity to crash this box and to get on the end of this ball from Cabral. Phoenix Rising have earned themselves a chance to rescue a point late on here at 38th and Washington.
Joe, it can't happen again, can it?
Ask Remy Cabral.
It's all going to be on the foot of the Frenchman. He's got 5 goals this season. Cabral with a kiss of the ball. This to level it. They were down 3-0 at one point. Cabral, a few deep breaths. Rafael Spiegel standing across from him. Head referee puts it in. Cabral, a stutter step. Cabral, 3-3. Phoenix has done it again.
Remy Cabral, 7 for 7 from the spot throughout his professional career. Slots home yet another penalty kick for Phoenix Rising. Helps earn that penalty with his play down the right side of the box. Isan Sacco draws it, and Cabral slots it home to level this scoreline at 3-3 for Phoenix.
And Spiegel was still furious after letting the penalty in. Back in Oakland, going to try and press themselves one more time. Both teams with 10 men, and that's another goal for Phoenix Rising and another $250 from America First Credit Union being donated to the United Food Bank through the Goals for Good program. They're going to continue to play on. Dennis chips it forward. It will be a throw to Phoenix. Might not be done just yet, Joe.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine this has got to be either the last sequence of the game here or just up next to it.
Scarce over to Popmar Boy. Played almost 8. They played 10 minutes last week. This one's sent through. Johnson going to have it at his feet. Popmar Boy tries to come over. Sent in, possible run for Dom. Long chase down for Emmers, and that is it. Somehow, some way, Phoenix Rising has once again snatched a point from the jaws of defeat.
5 straight draws, Killian, for Phoenix Rising. In these last 3 games, they have clawed back from multi-goal deficits to claim a point, and you've got bodies in red gasping for air right now on the deck at 38th and Washington. Phoenix Rising claim a point at home.
Now Pamodu Ka, something was said from one of the bench coaches in Oakland, and Pamodu Ka is having to be restrained right now. He is fired up over something that was said. As both sides start to make their way off. A very heated final 5 minutes of this match. As Pablo Duca's side somehow earns a point. They trailed 3-0 at one point and have caught all the way back with 3 unanswered goals and Remy Cabral's final minute penalty to earn a point. What a wild ending to this one. Don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap things up and break you down right after this break. 3-3 Phoenix Rising, Oakland Roots.
There's satisfaction in sacrifice, in spilling blood, sweat, and tears, in knowing that you left it all on the floor and never threw in the towel. Well, except to clean up the mess. Giving it all for your team is worth every drop. Modelo, brewed for fans with a fighting spirit.
Every day, reliable, comfortable, connected. Every day you rely on power. At APS, we work around the clock to deliver some of the most reliable power in the country. But with Arizona's extreme weather, outages can happen. Stay safe and informed with alerts by keeping your contact information up to date. And visit our outage center for updates online or on the APS app. For more ways to stay safe and informed, visit aps.com/brighter.
Oh, Waymo's here.
The what?
The Waymo.
What's a Waymo?
There you go.
It's driving itself.
You're okay. It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
How does it do this?
Magic.
Back in 3-3, Phoenix Rising, Oakland Roots, Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry. What an absolutely wild ending to that match. I'm trying to think. I don't feel like wild really does it enough justice for what we just witnessed in the final. I mean, you could really say it was the final 120 seconds really of play, but the last 5 or so minutes of time, just insanity that ensued and resulted in a 3-3 match that Rising trailed by 3 at one point.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising continuing their never-say-die approach to the final stretch of the USL Championship. Utterly chaotic scenes out here at 38th and Washington. Isan Sacco drawing that late penalty. A scuffle ensuing, multiple players being sent off. Remy Cabral slotting the ball home to continue his perfect record from the spot in the USL Championship and throughout his pro career. Scenes. Killian, scenes.
You know what they say? This league, Joe. This league. 3-3. We got the highlights, and we'll bring them to you right now, presented by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. This is what it looked like at the start of the night. This was 6:30. Kickoff was delayed by about almost 40 minutes. Finally got things going, and it took about 40 seconds to find the first goal was Danny Trejo off of a bit of a misplay.
Well, and the whole 40-minute delay was just to find Killian after he blew away into the night sky. Danny Trejo got things off early. Phoenix Rising struggling to play out of the back, struggling defensive transition as well. Peter Wilson having a field day off. A beautiful service like that from Panos Armanakis. He grabs 2 goals in the first half. And Killian, after Oakland go up 3-0 on this sequence, Phoenix Rising had a huddle inside their own half to try and regroup to get back into this game. 3 goals later, we'll see the highlights. They did exactly that.
Yeah, in the 45th, this is what really started it all. Charlie Dennis, created by Flores, putting it on goal. Dennis, right place at the right time. He finds the back of the net, And that right there, you could see it. It changed the entire just energy of this Rising club.
Yeah, and so many opportunities in the second half before they do eventually work their way back into this game. This ball cleared off the line by Gagi, who gets sent off later in the second half. You see Rafael Spiegel come in to do just enough in that sequence. So many opportunities coming from both sides. A messy game. And it's this goal from Charlie Dennis that gets Phoenix back within one. Another set piece from Phoenix Rising set piece wizard. A tough angle with that left foot. Does just enough to hit it with enough speed to make life difficult for Spiegel.
An absolute banger from Dennis the Menace as he slotted that one home. And then here's where things got absolutely wild. Gagi takes down Isan Sako. He's absolutely livid. A straight red comes out for Gagi. There was no official point to the spot, but after about 3 minutes of everybody pushing and shoving, Remy Cabral comes in and buries the penalty to make it 3-3, complete the comeback, and earn Phoenix the point.
Yeah, it's a great penalty from Remy Cabral coming off the bench out of the 11 in this matchup, but does more than enough to play a part in this result for Phoenix Rising. Keelan, to go back to Charlie Dennis for just a moment. He's been in and out of the team this season, struggled with injury early on in the year, comes back and is now starting tonight for Phoenix Rising. Got to imagine it's going to be quite some time before we see Charlie Dennis back out of the 11 for Pamadou Ka after how impactful he's been in the last couple of weekends.
Here are those final stats for you. The 3-3 score line, 19-13 in terms of the shots. Big possession, heavy in Phoenix's favor. The first half, it was completely dominated by Oakland. They had their chances in the second. They could have put this match away a lot earlier. They just didn't capitalize.
No, and that's been the story not just for Oakland. That's been the story for the Western Conference this year, Keelan. To take quickly stock of the bottom of the West, you look at 4 through 8 right now in the live USL Championship standings. Lexington will throw them out. They're in 5th. They have not played yet this weekend. They've got New Mexico tomorrow. 4 is San Antonio, El Paso in 6, Rising in 7, Orange County in 8. All of those teams drew this weekend. That means that even though Phoenix have not picked up a win now in 5 straight games, they are still very much in the running to stay above that playoff line in the West.
It certainly is, as these two teams, they'll get ready for their next matches. Phoenix, a big one on the road. They'll head to New Mexico. As I said, we'll wait to see what they do tomorrow against Lexington, whereas Oakland, they will hit the road. They will go and play El Paso, and that'll be one where Phoenix, well, not going in tonight, but they'll certainly be rooting for them starting next week. Well, we want to thank you for joining us tonight, for joining us, for our entire crew here. A big thanks to them for fighting through the storms, getting us up and running. So huge thanks to them. Big thanks to all of you at home tuning in with us. My partner, Joe Lowry. My name's Killian McClatchy. You've been watching this presentation of the USL Championship. Phoenix, Oakland, 3-3. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.